afternoon. I'm Paxton Ryder. I'm the CEO of iDesign. We are an instructional design firm that was created to effectively disrupt the incumbent online program management business model. We do this through a faculty-centric approach by providing unbundled fee-for-service offerings and really, really robust instructional design support. So online program management, it's a topic that pops up a lot these days. It's constantly in the news cycles, but I still think there's a lack of definition and clarification on what it actually is. I've actually broken it down phonetically here. But OPMs are service companies. They're not SaaS companies. They are service companies that provide bundled service solutions, marketing, enrollment services, instructional design, retention support, with no fees up front, and they do it in exchange for revenue shares over long, extended periods of time, typically 10 years. Revenue shares an upward of 50, 60%. The market, as of 2015, is estimated to be about $1.1 billion. By 2020, they're saying it's going to be $2.7 billion. The space began to get some attention from a public standpoint in 2012 when Deltek was acquired by Wiley and Imbinet was acquired by Pearson with really, incredible multiples, 4.5, 5x. Now, the new success story is obviously 2U. Coursera is making a major pivot in the space. What was a space of about 5 players probably a decade ago is now, people say it's 35, it's really probably closer to 50. There is also an alternative definition that is circling around in higher ed, and it's affectionately known as other people's money. So why would universities do this, and what do those relationships look like? Okay, well, early in the kind of the late 90s, early 2000s, universities did not quite understand online. They didn't have the expertise. And so there was a real opportunity in a risk-free environment to grow incremental revenue and to learn about online. And I think the providers liked it because they could effectively provide, not all of them, but a lot of them, could provide kind of a non-transparent kind of black box solution where the university didn't know the inputs, but as long as the enrollments were coming in, right, everybody was kind of happy. Things are changing now. Universities understand online. They understand the associated ROI associated with going online. They're looking for a sense of control and autonomy. They're building in-house capacity. And so it's just the evolution of the sector is necessitating a new model. And so that's what we did. We said, look, we saw this back in 2011. Let's go out and show them what's in the black box. And we did this through kind of an unbundled OPM model. And so as we began to see that universities needed more, I would call it more of like a McKinsey-like approach, where you would come alongside the institutions, you would listen to them, and you'd build a customized solution that plugged in the gaps that they actually had. With the space, there's downward pressure on revenue shares, there's downward pressure on long-term contracts, customer acquisition costs are growing dramatically in the space. We think there's going to be a ton of consolidation over the next decade or so. There's going to be fragmentation of services. You're going to see certain players be really good at certain things. And so, what we did, this is super innovative. This is the Global Silicon Valley Conference. We did unbundled services on a fee-for-service basis. So I think, as Howard Lurie from EduVenture says, fee-for-service has been around since the Viking Ages. I can't believe it's really not rocket science. But we do everything in the OPM service stack and do it extremely well in a very transparent and candid fashion. One area that we really saw that a lot of people did not do well that we chose to differentiate ourselves upon was instructional design. We believe the single greatest challenge of online education right now is driving faculty adoption of online courses. The only way to do that is to provide really, really robust support, to take care of them, white glove, concierge design support. So it's not something that was at the top of the service stack in traditional OPM models. It is by far the most difficult thing to execute upon. And I'll tell you right now, I think we are the best instructional design shop in the space. We have over 100 designers. We take a team-based designs approach. We don't think about it as instructional design. We think about it as learner experience design, whereas a student-centric approach and really guiding the faculty and holding their hands through the process. From a media standpoint, we've had good coverage. Our CAO, Whitney Kilgore, wrote a great piece, UX to LX, the rise of learner experience design. That was kind of a great piece right out of the gates. Talked about our relationship with Instructure. Inside Higher Ed has covered kind of some of our early clients that adhered to the unbundled fee-for-service model and generated an incredible ROI on those programs. And then finally, 5 Myths About Online Program Management got a lot of hits from EDUCAUSE. We are a great fit for the top 200, top 250 universities. So all those research and land grants that you watch on Saturdays, we are a perfect fit for them. Statewide systems, University of Nebraska Online, University of North Carolina Online. We work very well with them. Our company was founded by working with entrepreneurial private universities that were maybe a little bit smaller that were looking for an alternative solution. And then finally, we work and do some incredible design work for what I would call innovation hubs, schools like Southern New Hampshire University and the Mayo Clinic. So again, iDesign, we're successful because we have aligned missions with the university. We are there to provide quality service. We're paid a fee, so that's what we're incentivized to do. If we don't, the universities don't work with us anymore. We've never had venture backing, just have not needed it, grown the business organically 5 years later, and we'll continue to do so. There are a lot of other people beginning to adjust to this model in this space. We were the first mover in 2013 and have established kind of a healthy lead there. And finally, I think we've established an outstanding and probably the premium brand in instructional design. So that's it. Thank you very much.